people, welcome back to my channel, Albert J TV. Subscribers, again, welcome again to my channel. Anybody new watching this for the first time, you can get me on my social media on Twitter and Instagram. Check the details in my bio. Hit the subscribe button right there and click on the notification button and smash that like button as well. Quick video, or quickish video. With transfers with Arsenal, I'm not going to talk about so much in terms of who I'd like to come in or who we've been linked with. I've always said personally, from my personal point of view, that with Arsenal, particularly in the last 6 years, summer transfer windows, I always look at who's going to go out the door as opposed to who's coming in, because it's just logical and common sense that you can't just purchase players and throw money at it. You need to get some type of income and sell your assets or your better players at the club. So a bit different today, transfer talk wise. I'm going to look at 4 players who I think realistically could be sold. 2 of them looks like they're more than likely. The other 2 are possibilities, but I generally think we're brainwashed or we're kept getting told as Arsenal fans that Arsenal Football Club have no money. Just let that sink in. We've got no money. And I could understand technically, just before I come into the transfer bit, if we've been at the Champions League, was to be the 4th year in a row, if I got that right. I could understand if Arsenal had been at the Champions League for the last 15 to 18 years. Then I would sort of kind of get the argument even more. I understand not being in the Champions League does hurt us financially. That's common sense. And you could even argue that if we was out of the Europa League, financially it's going to have an impact. But, we've been at the Champions League for 4 years. Like I said, we keep getting told we haven't got any money. There's no funds there. We'll need to move some of these players on. There's too much sentiment at Arsenal among the fan base or the club, whatever way you want to phrase it. Arsenal need to get back to being a ruthless football club, a well-oiled machine. Ruthless is the key word, absolutely. And Mikel Arteta needs to be that. But the 4 players I'm going to look at, first player is Lucas Torreira. The problem with Torreira for me personally, and I get he had a long-term injury, but even before that, there was whispers and continual news reports that this guy is homesick. He's missing Italy. He's been linked with that club. He'd like to go back to Italy and play for this club. And I just think, you know what? For the output in terms of performances we've got, to be fair, last season he had a mixed bag, being injured, coming back into the team, a later date, hardly been used by Mikel Arteta, to be honest. Even under Emery, his performances were very, very patchy, very patchy. And you know what? I actually got a bit sick and tired of hearing the rumours linking him back, going back to Italy, playing for this club. You know what? If your heart and desire is not in the football club, for whatever reason it might be, go. Take the money. And there's rumours, I think is it AC Milan are interested in Lucas Torreira. If that's the case, me personally, take the money and sell him. Get the 35 million, get the 40 million, get whatever you can for him. That's my take personally. Drop in the comments if you agree down below, or if you disagree. Second player is Alex Lacazette. Bear in mind, this guy was our player of the season before last. Comes into the beginning of last season, played the Emirates Cup, got injured, that ankle injury, is out for a long time. Struggles to get back into the team, fitness issues, gets back into the team. I just think for me with Lacazette, and I like Lacazette, but he's not ruthless enough. He misses way too many chances. And I thought about this long and hard. Should we cash in on Lacazette? In the prime of his career at 29, nowhere near gets the goal returns of Aubameyang. Looking at his goals in all competitions last season, Lacazette, Aubameyang got 29 in all competitions. Lacazette got 12 goals. 12. Only 2 more than Martinelli, and Martinelli's missed all of Project Restart. So bear that in mind. But Personally, with Lacazette, I think we get good money for him, and I'll take the offer and I'd sell him. Rumours Atletico Madrid might be interested, and I heard another rumour, but again, like I said, rumour, Juventus possibly may be interested, but again, for me personally, I would sell Lacazette. Get the money, and whether it's 40 million, 50 million, get some income into Arsenal Football Club in order for us to make that step up and get the recruitment and the right players we need to make a better spine in this team, because it's paramount to our future and Mikel Arteta's tenure at the club will continue, hopefully. The third player, I'm not going to spend too much time on him because I think it's pretty obvious where he stands with the Arsenal fan base of Mikel Arteta. That's Matteo Guendouzi. What I found quite interesting is, if anybody knows the Get French Football News guy, is it Adam White? Anything French football you want to know, that's the guy to look through. Go on Twitter, check him out, whatever. But yeah, he spoke about Guendouzi, and he said in terms of his off the field and attitude, this really should not be a surprise, because this guy had the same issues when we bought him from, is it Lorient in the second division? Yeah, the same problem occurred then. The guy's attitude stinks. You can have all the ability in the world, and to be honest with you, with Guendouzi, I wasn't completely convinced. People might say his age and he's raw but to be honest with you guys, for me personally, I was never that bowled over with him. I'll be brutally honest with you. Did we miss him after Project Restart? Yes, he was featured in the City game and the Brighton game, but did we miss him after that? No, I don't think we did at all. Don't think we missed him at all. So if your attitude isn't right, and quite clearly, this is not the first time with Arteta. This is the second time there's been an incident with this guy, Guendouzi's attitude. Sell him. We don't need that type of player in the club. I don't care how old he is, young, old, established, not established. In the current plight Arsenal have been in for years, and some of the recruitment issues we've had before in the past, sell him. Get the money in for him. 40 million, 45 million, get what you can for him. We've sort of not really had assets to cash in at Arsenal in terms of players over the years if you compare it to other clubs bringing in obscene amounts of money, i.e. Liverpool, Coutinho and Luis Suarez. But with the three guys I've already mentioned, we can easily get in excess of 100 million for these guys. Easily. And that leads me on to the last player, which is quite a tough one, actually. And I wouldn't have said that about this particular player. And I'm talking about Ainsley Maitland-Niles. He made it quite clear last season that he didn't want to play right back, which I think was a mistake for him personally. Arteta comes to Arsenal in December. He starts out in the team pretty well. Ainsley's putting in some good performances. And then we played Chelsea at Stamford Bridge and Hector Bellerin comes back into the team. That was a surprise choice when I saw that. But since then, Ainsley's more or less not really been in the team. And again, it's an attitude problem with one of the players. And I have to give Mikel Arteta credit where credit's due. He's not playing. As well as him having beautiful hair, Mikel Arteta, I love him. But just there's no nonsense from him. Like I said, there's transparency from him, and he talks about them two key words he said in his first press conference: non-negotiables. If these guys are not on board, you're not playing, and that goes for Mesut Ozil as well. So Maitland-Niles is a tough one, and it's been made quite clear that maybe even against Mikel Arteta's wishes that we're gonna have to sell Maitland-Niles. Personally. And the biggest compliment I can pay Ainsley is there are a whole host of players that are in that queue way before Maitland-Niles in order for us to sell them, move them on, and get the necessary money in for them. That's the biggest compliment I can pay Ainsley, who stepped up, towards the back end of last season, and Arteta showed faith in him, putting him in two big games with the FA Cup semi-final and the final. And Ainsley's played brilliantly. So it looks like he will be sold. Personally, I'd sell Bellerin ahead of him. 100%. Or if Arsenal are going to be ultra ruthless, you sell Bellerin and you sell Maitland-Niles and go and get Max Aarons from Norwich, who I've been crying about since before the beginning of last season. But yeah, guys, a lot to fill in there. Like I said, I wanted to do a bit of a different transfer talk or gossip or room, whatever you want to call it, and just talk about we need to concentrate on players leaving the club in order to get the right recruitment in. And I think, realistically, I think 2 of those players will go. But it wouldn't shock me if all 4 of them go. And I think there's easily 100, 120 million for those players to be to get the money recouped for them. So guys, drop in the comments down below. Tell me your thoughts. Do you agree with me in terms of those 4 players at Arsenal leaving? Do you disagree? Do you think we should cash in on Lacazette in particular? And what's your thoughts on Ainsley Maitland-Niles? Drop your comments down below. Like I said, smash that like button, hit me on the subscribe button, hit the notification button, get me on all forms of social media, on Twitter and Instagram. Yeah, that's me, Albert, over and out. Hashtag Arsenal Talk. Hashtag let's get some income into this club.